Hey there, parents! Raising financially savvy children starts at home. In today's video, we're going to cover 6 essential financial rules that every parent should teach their children. These lessons will set them up for a lifetime of financial success. Let's get started. Rule number 1. Save at least 10 to 15% of your income in long-term investments. Teaching children the importance of saving a portion of their income can make a world of difference. Here's a simple example. Imagine your child receives $10 a week for allowance. Teach them to set aside $1 to $1.50 every week into a savings jar or a savings account. Over time, this habit can turn small amounts into something much bigger. Once they've saved up a bit, introduce them to the concept of investing. Explain that instead of letting their money sit, they can make it grow by putting it in things like stocks or bonds. Show them a simple graph or use a calculator to demonstrate how $100 invested today can turn into much more by the time they're an adult. It's about planting seeds today for a bigger reward tomorrow. Rule number 2. Avoid debt. Debt can be a major financial pitfall. Here's an example. Let's say your child really wants the latest video game that costs $60. If they don't have the money saved up, explain that using a credit card to buy it now means they'll have to pay more later due to interest. They might end up paying $70 or $80 for the same game. Instead, teach them the value of saving up first. If they save $10 a week, they'll have enough to buy that game in 6 weeks, and they won't owe anyone anything. This lesson helps them understand that patience and discipline are better than instant gratification, especially when it comes to avoiding the trap of debt. Rule number 3. Don't waste money on material things. Teach your children that constantly buying the latest gadgets, clothes, or other material items isn't the best use of their money. These things quickly lose their value, and the excitement of new purchases fades fast. Instead, they can save that money or invest it in something more meaningful, like experiences or their future. Encourage them to value what they already have and take care of it. This mindset not only saves money, but also promotes a more fulfilling and less cluttered life. Rule number 4. Ignore your neighbor's buying decisions. It's easy to feel pressured to keep up with others, but it's important to teach your children that someone else's spending habits shouldn't dictate their own. For example, if the neighbors buy a fancy new car or a bigger house, it might seem tempting to want the same. But teach your children that these purchases come with big costs. Help them understand that appearances can be deceiving. The neighbor might be deeply in debt because of that new car, or they might not have savings for emergencies. Encourage your children to focus on what's right for them and your family, not what others are doing. This lesson will help them build confidence in making their own financial decisions based on their needs and goals. Rule number 5. Always have at least 6 months of emergency fund. Life is full of surprises, and not all of them are pleasant. Explain to your children that an emergency fund is like a safety net. Let's say someone loses their job or the car breaks down unexpectedly. Having enough money saved up to cover 6 months of expenses means they won't have to borrow money or go into debt during tough times. Start small. Maybe set aside a little money each month into an emergency fund jar. Over time, this can grow into a significant amount that provides peace of mind. For example, if the family's monthly expenses are $3,000, they should aim to have $18,000 in their emergency fund. This might seem like a lot, but by saving a little bit regularly, they can build this fund over time. It's all about being prepared for whatever life throws their way. Rule number 6. Avoid lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep is when someone starts spending more as soon as they start earning more. For example, if your child starts earning $20 a week instead of $10, they might feel like they can now buy more expensive clothes, gadgets, or treats. But remind them that just because they have more money doesn't mean they need to spend more. Encourage them to keep their spending habits the same and put that extra money into savings or investments. For instance, if their allowance doubles, teach them to double their savings first. This will help them grow their wealth faster and avoid the trap of lifestyle inflation, where their expenses always match their income, leaving no room for savings. And there you have it, 6 essential financial rules that will help your children build a strong financial foundation. Start teaching these lessons early, and your children will thank you for it later. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more helpful tips on raising financially responsible kids. Until next time.